Hey guys, we're out here in Locks today, and today I'm going to answer a bunch of beginner and intermediate skiers' favorite questions when it comes to skiing. So stay tuned. Let's start here. Let's see. If you start tipping back during the jump, how do you angle so that you don't land on your tails? If you're starting to tip back already in the air, it's usually too late. You messed up. You need to have a good pop where you really extend your legs, and that's going to help you land perpendicular to the landing, so with the skis fully flat. But there are two things you can do if you're about to land tail heavy. You could tip the noses down of your skis, and if you're jumping at a high speed, that could help you, or the wind resistance basically tips you forwards. That can help. And another thing people do is the winding down the windscreen. So if you spin your arms in the opposite direction of how you want to tilt yourself, it's going to tilt you back up. But I'm not sure if it's really ever works for anyone. It just looks silly. So learn to pop properly. It's more important. Next question wasn't intended for this Q&A video, but there was a comment on my last video where I was teaching Roger how to jump. And the question was, my natural instinct would be to crouch further to get good pop. I would like to hear your reasoning to avoid this, so we're not just following unsubstantiated directions, but actually learning the philosophy behind it. Great videos though. Thank you for taking the time to teach. Wow, that's my favorite comment of all today. Alright, the philosophy of popping. Tough one. So here's my problem. That most people are sitting down too deep. Like, I'm okay with bending down to about here. That's okay for a straight air in my opinion. But here, I can't maintain chin pressure. And here's where many people are. So they're hanging off the back of the boots, and that's never gonna result in a good pop. And it's also a terrible position to be trying to wind up to set off a 360, 540 or cork. Specifically, when I was teaching Roger how to jump, he was sitting down too deep. So I tried to exaggerate that he should have only like this short motion, because I'd rather have him this short motion because it's easier to have the timing right, that you have extended your legs fully on at the end of the jump. So when the toes are leaving the jump, they're fully extended. And it's also a pretty good position to wind up on. So that's my reasoning. That people usually sit down too deep, don't like it, it's bad for spinning. So a short but efficient pop, it's all you need. Good luck out there. What are the prerequisites to backflip? Good question. First of all, you need to be able to ski well down any slope. Then I recommend learning 360s and 540s before learning backflip. And then you should definitely know how to do a backflip on a trampoline. Do big ones and do small ones. And then you should learn backflip onto an airbag or into deep powder before you even consider doing it on a park jump. Last year I tried doing a 360 and I hurt my back, knee and butt. Since then I've been super scared of doing it again. How do I get over the fear? Thank you for the question. It led me to make a whole different video that you can find up there when it's out. But the short answer is build confidence slowly. So take like 5 steps back, start getting your popping right, start jumping a little bit bigger, go back to small jumps, do good 180s, make sure you're landing with the skis flat again, so you're not nose heavy, like on the heels. Do this over and over and over until that's easy. Then you start thinking about moving towards the 360 again. Good luck. How many ski tricks can I realistically learn in a week? Wow, that's a really hard question to answer. Depends on how sporty you are and how much other like trick sports you're used to. Because usually when I do a camp, at a minimum, a person usually learns the following. How to pop properly, which leads to how to do a grab, how to hit like a decent sized jump, like jump 3-4 meters, 180, maybe safety grab, box slide to straight, box slide to switch. Yeah, this is basically the minimum. But a different complete beginner that's really sporty could also learn like 180s, 360s, maybe even a calf 360, switch 180, locking, frontside 270 off a box, like all that kind of stuff. So it's really different between the lower level of like sportiness and someone really, really sporty. Now we got a couple of questions that are related to boxes and rails. First one is, what is the difference between frontside and backside rail tricks? So if you do a frontside 270 off a rail, that means at the front you're spinning down the mountain and then out. And then a backside 270 out is when you spin with the back down the mountain. It makes sense, right? How can you practice locking on rails? Much love from Netherlands and keep up the cool videos. Thank you for the comment. So what I suggest you do, you find a box actually, sort of counterintuitive, or a flat tube that's really low. You can even wear your skis at home, just found like a piece of wood or whatever to practice this movement, and you can do some 270s out, backside or frontside. I'll show you on this box what I mean. To learn locking, blocking or scissoring as it's called, get up on a box like this. Make sure to have the rail or the edge of it right in the middle of the boot. Then you just press down the heel. And then you can try stuff like 270 out, like this. Pretty smooth, huh? And then for backside tricks, you just do it on the other side. How do you start learning to slide rails? And how do you know when you're ready? Should you approach them fast or slow? 3 questions in one. How efficient. So first of all, get really good at sliding down boxes. So you have a nice stance, slightly wider than hip wide, keep the skis flat, front ski can be a little bit on edge. Get really safe at doing this or good at it. Then learn to hit down boxes from the side. And then once you got that down really well, I suggest you to avoid rails, but to try to hit fat tubes to get used to that round feeling that's actually much easier to slide than a box, because you can lock much easier. And then once you got that, hit them rails. It's going to be easy, because then you already know how to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed these answers to your questions. If you have more questions, write them in the comments below, and I will answer them in another questions and answers kind of video. If you really want to improve your freestyle skiing, recommend checking out a 2-hour-long beginner pack of tutorials on our website. We take you from knowing nothing to learning box slide, 360s grabs, switch 180s, all of that good stuff. Or you join one of our camps for adults, where I take you from knowing nothing to doing pretty spectacular tricks sometimes. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.